Okay, two questions on Maulana Rumi and the whirling dervishes. There is no Sharia argument against turning. Whirling dervishes is not an Islamic term. This is a 19th century European tourist's word. It appears in the Istanbul Baedeker for the 1890s. What they do instead is dawran, which is a form of sacred dance which is slowly turning on one axis. And there are a number of cases in the Seerah where the Prophet ﷺ observed the Habasha dancing and Ja'far al-Tayyar dance because he'd been in Ethiopia. When the Prophet said, Ashbahtani khalqan wa khuluqa, to Ja'far, you resemble me in your form and in your qualities, he was so delighted that he got up and he started to dance. And this is in the sound hadith. So nobody can really speak against that. There's no conceivable rational or fiqhi argument against it. In the early period of Mevlevi Tariqa, musical instruments were not used to accompany the phenomenon of sacred dance. In later years, they were, and this provoked a good deal of discussion amongst the ulama. The majority of the Hanafi ulama of the Ottoman Empire did not approve of the use of musical instruments during religious sama' ceremonies. Some of them, however, a minority, thought that musical instruments were permissible if for that gharad, because of the wording of the Bukhari hadith on musical instruments in that regard. It's an ongoing ikhtilaf. Ibn Hazm says musical instruments are all right. Others say that they're not, and the majority say that it's not permissible. But nonetheless, there was never any attempt by the ulama in the Ottoman Empire to clamp down on them. On the contrary, many of the great shuyukh al-Islam, the senior authorities in the Ottoman Empire, were active members of the Mevlevi Tariqa or the Khalwati Tariqa or some of the others that used instrumental music during their ceremonies. Wallahu a'lam.